That's a preview of the next 10 years.
Inside Out wowed audiences with how it used emotions to tell a heart-wrenching story about growing up. A film written in 2015, it was one of the only children's films discussing mental health and how it can negatively impact young people when left untreated. Through the life of 11-year-old Riley Anderson, her emotions helped her navigate a significant life change while reaching new understandings about themselves along the way. Nearly 10 years later, Inside Out finally has an upcoming sequel to premiere in theaters this summer. In the original, the audience received insights into how characters thought and felt by going into their minds to reveal their emotions. With a new installment for the franchise on the horizon, we're using today's videos to discuss Inside Out characters who should have their emotions shown.
Anderson makes her move. She's closing in.
Hey! Oh, no, you're
She's
not.
lining up for the shot.
Number 1. Valentina. Since the release of Inside Out 2's trailer, fans have waited to learn more about the high schooler whom Riley is desperate to befriend. According to a promo released by Disney Animation, Valentina Ortiz is a hockey player everyone, including Riley and her friends, admire. From her footage in the trailer, she appears to take Riley under her wing, allowing her to play hockey and spend time with her other friends. Since Valentina seems to be a positive role model, she could help Riley decide how she wants to approach high school and who her real friends are. Valentina's presence could help offset the anxiety and self-loathing that Riley appears to feel throughout the trailer. With changes in her body and mind, Riley's likely in an uncomfortable place, but she's not alone in those experiences. Valentina's emotions could sympathize with Riley's struggles because they've experienced them. Since she's overcome them, Valentina could be calmer and more self-assured, proving she's worth being looked up to, even if that responsibility could leave her feeling pressured.
Look, we all have a job to do. I plan for the future.
You want to sit with us?
These girls are so cool.
Number 2. Jordan. A character who first appeared at the end of Inside Out, Jordan is a boy who attends Riley's hockey matches and spends time with her outside of school. Upon his first appearance, his emotions become overwhelmed because he's bumped into Riley, implying that he may have developed a crush on her in those moments. Jordan may have insecurities about dating or talking to anyone he likes. These feelings could resurface in the sequel, especially if he becomes Riley's primary love interest. In the short film Riley's First Date, Jordan appears again, picking Riley up at her home to meet with mutual friends. His emotions appear distracted, prioritized with partaking in Jordan's interests instead of managing their control board. Their partaking in guitar playing and skateboarding likely explains why Jordan seems lost in thought. However, he remains one of Riley's first friends in San Francisco and should appear in the sequel. It's possible he could maintain his same crush on Riley while his emotions have developed a more focused approach as he prepares to enter high school.
Is Riley here?
Number 3. Meg. One of the only recurring supporting characters from the first film is Riley's childhood best friend, Meg. One of Riley's important core memories with Meg helped form Friendship Island, which becomes a significant facet of her personality. Many of Meg's appearances in the film occur through memories. They include her walking with a young Riley, drinking slushies on someone's front steps, and sharing jokes. Meg is someone who would know Riley inside and out, meaning she could have a significant role to play in the sequel. Once Riley has settled into her new home, she and Meg spend an evening video chatting with one another. However, Meg can't help talking about a new friend on the hockey team, which causes Riley to lash out in jealousy. When Riley slams her computer closed, it's uncertain what becomes of their friendship. As her best friend, Meg would likely forgive Riley if she explained, meaning their friendship could continue in the sequel, allowing Meg and her emotions to appear.
Yeah, it's good. What happened with the playoffs? We won the first game. Coach says we might actually go to the finals this year.
Number 4. Mr. and Mrs. Anderson. The only recurring side characters in the first film are Riley's parents. They're each handling their move to San Francisco in different ways. Mr. Anderson has a new job that picks up before the moving van arrives, causing him to walk out on his family to deal with a crisis. Meanwhile, Mrs. Anderson tries to hold everyone together, especially by spending extra time with Riley and asking her to keep smiling. We know very little about Riley's parents aside from the insights their emotions provide. For example, Mrs. Anderson relies on sadness to help guide her actions, making her an empathetic and understanding person. Mr. Anderson relies on anger, which causes him to make snap decisions and judgments. We witness some of these quick judgments when he meets Jordan in Riley's First Date, before they bond about their mutual experiences in their bands. As a fan of rock and a former guitar player, we may witness some of Mr. Anderson's interests appear in his islands of personality. They're confirmed to reappear in the sequel, as Mrs. Anderson has a speaking role in the trailer. We may learn more about them, including their emotional states, first names, and occupations.
So, as it turns out, the green trash can is not recycling. It's for greens, like compost and eggshells.
Number 5. The hockey coach. A significant part of Riley's life includes her relationship with hockey. She fell in love with the sport from a young age, playing it with her family during the winter and pursuing it as an extracurricular through school. One of her core memories included losing a game, where she feels saddened by the loss but overjoyed when her teammates arrive to comfort her. At the end of the original film, Riley joins a new team called the Foghorns and seems amicable with her fellow players. From the sequel trailer, she continues to play for the Foghorns for the next 2 years, making new friends and desiring to become close with the high school hockey team. Riley will likely have a hockey coach who consistently appears throughout the film. The sequel's character list includes Coach Roberts, voiced by Yvette Nicole Brown. Like the first film, the story can provide quick insights into Coach Roberts by revealing which of her emotions are using the control panel and their behavior. It's also possible Riley will have a unique relationship with her coach. In the trailer, Riley attends a skills camp with people her age and older. She may be one of the star players on the Foghorns, which encourages Coach Roberts to send her to the camp to hone her skills. She could also become one of Riley's most significant supporters in the sequel, providing her with a new mentor figure to help keep her on the right path.
Yeah, it gets pretty cold. The lake freezes over, and that's when we play hockey. I'm on a great team. We're called the Prairie Dogs.
Number 6. Riley's new friends. Since Riley will have lived in San Francisco for 2 years once the sequel begins, she's made some long-lasting friendships. In the trailer, 2 new characters appear close to Riley. They're also hockey players who attend the Bay Arena Skills Camp with Riley. Currently, it's unknown if they are members of the Foghorn team or if they attended middle school together. Her new friends appear disappointed when Riley leaves them behind to hang out with the older girls at the skills camp, including the new character Valentina. Giving glimpses into their emotions could reveal how much Riley's actions impact and disrupt her relationships. Like in the first film, Riley may become so caught up in her desires that she completely disregards her friendships, as she does to Meg. In the trailer, we witness scenes of locations in long-term memory falling apart. It's possible that anxiety's influence over Riley's life could destroy her mind, including the collapse of islands of personality. Riley has lost Friendship Island once before, and with anxiety at the helm of the control panel, she may lose it again.
Hey, Riley! But we need new friends or we'll be totally alone in high school.
The first film emphasizes the Anderson family and how they coped with their move to San Francisco. The small scope of supporting human characters, with the primary plot concerning Riley's adjustment to her new life and how her emotions struggled to help her, meant very few people in Riley's life needed their emotions showcased. From the trailer for the sequel, it seems like the narrative is widening its scope, as Riley has made many new friends in the 2 years between the films. With new supporting characters, names, unique designs, and history, their emotions deserve a chance in the spotlight to provide more insight into the people they represent.
Coming to you live in Riley's mind. Make some noise!
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Riley!
There you are, thank
Oh, we
goodness.
were worried sick. Where have you been? It's so late.